Lindsey, what's in your lens today?
Yeah, let's talk about it. So on Friday, President Trump posted a blatantly racist video clip portraying former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as apes. The clip set to Lion King Sleeps Tonight, the song, was spliced into a longer video promoting conspiracy theories about the 2020 election after widespread backlash. The post was deleted. But even then, the president insisted he had nothing to apologize for. This was not an isolated misstep. It was the latest in a pattern. The depictions of black people as apes is not random internet trolling. It's a racist trope that dates back centuries, used by slave traders and segregationists to dehumanize black people and justify violence, including lynchings. That history matters. When imagery like this is amplified from the highest office in the country, it's a problem. For years, President Trump has seemed immune to the usual rules of politics. Criticism comes, he doubles down, and the cycle moves on. But this time was different. The White House initially dismissed the backlash as, quote, fake outrage. Then members of his own party spoke up. Senator Tim Scott, the sole black Republican in the Senate and one of the president's allies, called the clip, quote, the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. Representative Mike Lawler said the president's post, quote, is wrong and incredibly offensive. Representative Michael Turner called the, quote, racist images, quote, offensive, heartbreaking, and unacceptable. Senator Roger Wicker said the president, quote, should take it down and apologize. By midday, the post was down. By evening, the president said he did not realize the clip had been spliced into the video. When asked if he condemned the racist depiction, he said, of course I do, but he declined to apologize, saying it wasn't his mistake. Here's why context matters. This is the same man who was first written about in the New York Times in the 1970s because the Justice Department sued his company for racial discrimination. The same man whose Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino paid a $200,000 fine for transferring black and women dealers off tables to satisfy gamblers' prejudices. The same man who in 2011 helped push the false claim that President Obama was not born in the United States. The same man who launched his 2015 campaign by calling Mexican immigrants, quote, rapists, and continues to label migrants as criminals. Any one of these incidents on its own might be dismissed as careless language or political provocation, but together, they tell a story. At minimum, they show a willingness to lean into racial resentment when it serves a purpose. So this moment isn't just about one offensive post. It's about whether there are still boundaries and whether accountability still exists, even for a president who often tests both. He deleted the video, his party pushed back, but without an apology, without the ownership, the question remains, is this really a break from the pattern? Because history doesn't disappear just because a post does.
The video was disgusting, but I think it is important to be clear about how it was posted. It was someone else did like a screen grab recording of, a auto-scrolling reels or videos on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's probably Facebook. It's probably a boomer who did it. And it was the election-related video that was of interest to Trump. The next video, like the one it automatically progressed to, is this video that makes fun of not just the Obamas, as you noted, all these Democrats are portrayed as different animals, and is making fun of them. I think it's kind of uncanny valley and bizarre and disturbing looking, the images, frankly. I don't love this. That's the next video. And they recorded too much of it. So they got a brief part of that video, which showed the Obamas like that. And so Trump didn't share it to share the part with the Obamas, right? He was sharing the election part. Now, that was his bad, or whoever did it, and it was bad. But when you're looking at me like that, he didn't mean to share that part of it, right? That was a different video.
I didn't mean, I don't accept that. Like, you control your social media, or you always have an excuse about why somebody did something. Even when he offends, I think he put himself in inappropriate clothing and offended like the whole Catholic Church a while ago. He still said, "Oh, that was some young staffer."
As a
like,
Catholic,
all right,
I was not really offended.
Okay, but other people were, Robbie. It's just like he's always blaming somebody else and saying, "Oh, it's just an AI image." It's not just. You're offending whole communities of people. Maybe not Robbie. Maybe not every single black person, right? Some people I did see talking nonsense, saying that they weren't that offended. Okay, but people who work next to you.
I agree that it's the image. It is offensive, but it's not.
You can't always say,
not the
I don't.
part of the video he was trying to share.
But you can't always say, oh, I don't know. I didn't know. Oh, that was somebody else. Like, just apologize, right? Don't you think it would be presidential to say, you know what, I maybe didn't see that, but I also do apologize for anybody that I offended. Because I understand
the history. He took it down and said it was offensive, it seems.
No, he took it down and said, of course I wouldn't post something offensive. Like, no, you did post something offensive. You need to apologize for doing that. You're the president. What do you mean? The same way that other people are called to apologize when they're offending whole communities of people, you can easily say, even if you don't say the Catholic Church imagery didn't offend you, fine. Most black people said, okay, well, we understand racism in this country, the use of that type of imagery, why that would be completely disrespectful.
Right,
why can't he just say, I apologize?
I feel like that was acknowledged, that it was wrong to have posted it. It was an accident, and it was taken down. I feel like that is.
And he doesn't need to say, I apologize.
I don't know that he needs to say those words because he didn't do it, but he took it down.
He did do it. It's shared from his account on Truth Social. It's shared from his own account.
Well, he said somebody else put it up.
Okay, so does the staffer fired then? What's the repercussion?
They should fire.
Like, what's the repercussion? That's what I like. So say something, do something.
Well, they should
what's
fire
the
the person not for
taken?
watching the entire video that they posted, and that they would have seen that
right,
part of it.
Right, because it's embarrassing, especially if you're the social media director.
Right.
Let's say if that's a position that
Well,
posts
that
for big people. But since he's not naming the person, and since the time, what was it, like 11 o'clock at night? I think it was President himself, because he sits on social media. I mean, he sat on social media to discuss Bad Bunny, which we will bring up later in the show. So he has time, and I don't believe that it wasn't him. I don't care. I know I'm calling everybody a liar today. I don't believe it. I think it was you, and I think you should apologize. That's the right thing to do. And sometimes being presidential is not a bad thing, especially if something went wrong and you totally didn't mean it. If it was actually a mistake, or are you actually just saying that you're racist and so you won't apologize? Like, what is it? Just say it was a mistake and I apologize, because you've now offended an entire community. He should well understand why that would be so deeply offensive.
All right. If he additionally said the word sorry, that would be nice, but it is addressed to my satisfaction by acknowledging that it was wrongful and taking it down and denying.
And there's a whole other layer of like the social media, and we talk about this often, the childishness of the social media antics coming from the administration as a whole. We talked about the DHS and the constant use of songs and artists saying, please don't use my music. We talked about using cartoons from Canada, like the turtle cartoon. And it's like, hey, we don't want to be depicted in this way, arresting migrants. So the administration has a problem with being extremely childish and immature on social media and not taking accountability for the things that they're doing, even when people who are technically supporting them in certain ways, like Theo Vaughn is saying, stop using my likeness in inappropriate ways. So the administration is having trouble with social media and being presidential or being any type of leadership in that way. I
agree with some of those claims, and I disagree with. I mean, you can use. I'm not an absolute believer in copyright protections. You can use Franklin in the creative ways they are doing.
Franklin is his name. Yes, Franklin.
It's kind of funny. That's the turtle.
Yes, the turtle.
Some of those are kind of amusing. Other things have gone a little bit far, and you can't use music from people without their permission, obviously, and other things. But I just don't think this is an example, really, of their social media is broken because it was just they didn't mean to share that part, which is good because they shouldn't have.
You're just taking Trump's word for it, huh?
Well, it's not. You can see from the recording that it was not supposed to. It flips to that at the end of it.
When you share things, do you generally read them through or watch them through, or no? You just kind of watch the first 10 seconds and then share. How do you do social media?
When I share for like in DMs for
no, when you share publicly,
chats,
when you share publicly,
I share kind of incautiously under those circumstances, but publicly, no, I'm
yeah. I hope the president.
Although you don't always know. Sometimes I'll share an observation from someone on Twitter. You'll quote tweet it, and then somebody will like, oh my God, who are you quoting? You'll look and it's some unsavory person, but you didn't know because the point they made was perfectly valid. So.
Okay, Robbie.
The FCC now reportedly taking aim at The View. We'll tell you why. Stay with us.